Dear Starseed from Gaia, I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and Lyara, the divine feminine aspect, has an urgent transmission for your sacred heart. The day you stopped caring about love that diminished you was the day your soul chose awakening over attachment. This wasn't heartbreak. This was your divine feminine energy rising to meet its true power, and every empath woman walking this path knows exactly what I'm speaking of. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize when your sacred heart is ready for divine love alignment. But here's the first revelation. The moment you stop chasing half-love is the moment your true soulmate can finally find you. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. Your heart called this transmission forward, because something inside you is ready to stop settling for emotional crumbs and start receiving the sacred love your soul came here to experience. This isn't just another video about relationships. This is divine intervention speaking directly to the empath woman whose heart has been through the awakening fire. Right now, your energy is shifting. Right now, your boundaries are becoming unshakable. Right now, the universe is moving your divine counterpart closer to you because your feminine essence is no longer scattered on connections that drain your light. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for sacred love. Subscribe if you're walking the divine feminine awakening path and claiming your power in love. Comment your biggest breakthrough moment in relationships. Your story could be the medicine another sister needs to hear. This isn't just guidance. This is your soul remembering why it chose this exact moment to stop caring about the wrong love so it could finally receive the right one. Your heart knows why you're here. Most souls walk through life under the misconception that true love is measured by the sheer volume of their giving, an endless outpouring of energy, time, and affection onto others. They genuinely believe that to be seen as loving, to be worthy of affection, they must constantly make themselves available, tirelessly accommodate every request, and unfailingly place the needs and desires of others before their own. But lurking beneath this seemingly noble act of selflessness is a profound and often painful truth. Chronic overgiving is not devotion. It is, in its deepest energetic form, a profound act of self-abandonment. If you recognize yourself in this pattern, the one who always steps up, the one who perpetually sacrifices their own well-being on the altar of another's comfort, the one whose internal well feels perpetually dry from constant distribution, then what you are experiencing is not the vibrant, reciprocal flow of love, but the insidious, draining agony of depletion. This deep spiritual and emotional exhaustion creates an impenetrable energetic barrier, effectively blocking the very love, joy, and connection you are so desperately striving to attract and create in your life. It's like trying to cultivate a flourishing garden in parched earth. No matter how much you yearn for bloom, the conditions for growth simply aren't present. Understanding what is truly happening at an energetic level is paramount to breaking free from this cycle. When your overgiving stems from deep-seated worthiness wounds, those invisible scars left by past experiences, societal conditioning, or familial patterns that taught you your inherent value was conditional, you are unconsciously broadcasting a powerful, yet detrimental message to the universe. This message silently declares that you do not believe you are intrinsically valuable enough to receive love, attention, or support without first earning it through relentless effort, sacrifice, or service. You are operating from an ancient, often generational program that whispers insidious lies into your subconscious. That love is a finite resource, perpetually scarce, conditional upon your performance, and ultimately, something that must be purchased through personal sacrifice and unending demonstration of utility. This deep-seated belief system creates a powerful, unseen magnetic field around you, like attracts like in the energetic realm. And this field inevitably draws in individuals who are perfectly aligned with the vibration of taking, using, and emotional unavailability. These are the people who will mirror back your own unspoken belief that you lack inherent self-worth, reflecting your deepest insecurities and reinforcing the very wounds that initiated the overgiving cycle. They become the perfect, albeit painful teachers, illuminating the internal landscape you've been avoiding. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and boundless generosity, is not withholding love, abundance, or genuine connection from you. The divine current of life flows eternally, always ready to envelop you in its grace. It is you, through these unconscious patterns of self-neglect, who are inadvertently, yet consistently, withholding that very love from yourself. Each instance where you override the quiet whisper of your soul, forcing a yes when your deepest being cries out no, you betray your inner sanctuary. Every time you consciously dim the brilliant light of your authentic self, suppressing your opinions, stifling your passions, or muting your joy so that others might feel more comfortable, less challenged, or more powerful in your presence, you are engaging in an act of profound self-diminishment. And with every drop you pour from an already empty cup, sacrificing the last vestiges of your vital energy, you are sending an unequivocal message to the world. My energy, my time, my essence holds little value. The tragic truth is that people, consciously or unconsciously, absorb and believe the lessons you teach them about your own worth. They will treat you precisely as you treat yourself, reflecting your internal script in their external actions. But today, right now, in this sacred moment of awareness, this debilitating pattern can and will end. Today marks a pivotal turning point, a powerful reclamation of your inherent sovereignty. You are about to discover the sacred keys, ancient yet eternally relevant, that will not only unlock the profound truth of your worthiness, but also meticulously restore your energetic boundaries, creating impenetrable protection around your divine essence. These keys will fundamentally shift your energetic signature, transforming you into a powerful magnet for relationships that genuinely honor, cherish, and celebrate the magnificent, divine love you inherently are. This is not merely a theoretical exercise. It is an alchemical process of transformation, leading you back to the truth of your being. The first sacred key, the foundational bedrock upon which all true love is built, is the worthiness reclamation, a potent remembrance that love is your birthright, an inherent aspect of your existence, not a prize to be won or a reward to be earned. For far too long, you have been conditioned by a transactional world, misled into believing that love is something one must achieve through perfect behavior, endless acts of self-sacrifice, or by painstakingly making yourself utterly indispensable to everyone around you. This is a fundamental, soul-level misunderstanding of how divine love, the purest form of all connection, truly operates. Divine love is not a negotiation, nor is it a currency to be exchanged. It is your natural, unalterable state of being, woven into the very fabric of your soul. You no more need to strive or prove your worthiness to receive the radiant, all-encompassing embrace of divine love than a blossoming flower needs to contrive a reason to receive the life-giving warmth and light of the sun. The flower simply is, and in its being, it receives. You, too, simply are, and in your being, you are worthy. This truth is written in the very blueprint of your existence. When you truly activate and embody this key, a profound energetic recalibration occurs, and everything in your inner and outer world begins to shift with remarkable speed and grace. You cease the exhausting, futile struggle of trying to earn what has always been irrevocably yours. The paradigm shifts from scarcity to abundance, from striving to simply being. You stop the destructive habit of giving from an empty, depleted well, and instead begin to pour forth from a place of genuine, abundant overflow. This isn't about hoarding. It's about honoring the divine source within. Consequently, you stop attracting those individuals who require endless convincing of your intrinsic value, those who would perpetuate your worthiness wounds. Instead, you begin to magnetize souls who instantly recognize, honor, and celebrate the divine light and inherent worth within you, seeing you for the magnificent being you already are. This profound shift is not an act of selfishness, as the conditioned mind might fear. Rather, it is the purest act of self-alignment, a sacred return to your true, unadulterated essence, which is, by its very nature, eternally, undeniably lovable. You are returning home to yourself. The second sacred key, an essential component of energetic integrity, is the boundary blessing. A powerful understanding that your personal limits are not cold, isolating walls designed to push others away, but rather sacred, permeable containers meticulously crafted to hold and protect the precious divine energy flowing through you. Many chronic overgivers have been inadvertently taught, through subtle or overt messages from family, culture, or religion, that establishing boundaries is an act of unkindness, selfishness, or a direct contravention of true love. Yet, the spiritual truth is precisely the opposite. Boundaries are, in fact, an exquisite expression of self-love and profound reverence for the divine energy that animates your very being. When you live without clear, conscious boundaries, you become like a leaky vessel, precious and beautiful, but unable to hold the very love, light, and vitality you are meant to embody, sustain, and generously share with the world from a place of true abundance. Your energy dissipates, your essence drains, and your capacity to give authentically diminishes. Setting intentional boundaries is not an act of exclusion. It is an act of sacred space-making. It is about mindfully curating the energetic environment around you, not to push away all others, but to create the necessary, fertile ground for the right people and the right connections to come closer, to flourish in authentic intimacy. When you consciously protect your energetic field, your time, your emotional capacity, your physical space, you are simultaneously safeguarding your intrinsic capacity to love truly, deeply, and without resentment. You are establishing a holy sanctuary where genuine soul-nourishing connection can blossom, unmarred by the suffocating tendrils of codependent patterns that inevitably drain the life force from everyone involved. Think of a gardener who meticulously tends their precious plants, installing fences to protect them from external harm. This isn't an act of rejecting the world, but an act of preserving the delicate life within. People who genuinely love and respect you, those whose intentions align with your highest good, will instinctively understand and honor your boundaries. They will see them as an extension of your self-care and respect. Those who consistently disregard or attempt to violate your sacred limits are, by their very actions, revealing that they are not meant to reside within the intimate circle of your true, sovereign self. They are merely reflecting their own inability to respect sacred space, and their departure creates room for those who can. The third transformative key is the depletion detox, a conscious, courageous, and necessary withdrawal of your precious life force from relationships that consistently, often insidiously, only take. I invite you now to turn your gaze inward, to honestly and compassionately examine the landscape of your current relationships. Notice where your energy disproportionately flows. Identify those connections where you are perpetually the initiator, the one always reaching out, always giving, always making excuses for the other person's lack of reciprocity or their draining behavior, while receiving only emotional crumbs, fleeting moments of attention, or unfulfilled promises in return. Let us be unequivocally clear. These are not genuine love connections, vibrant and reciprocal. They are profound, energetic leaks, siphoning your vitality, eroding your spirit, and leaving you feeling hollowed out. They are subtle wounds that fester over time, often beneath the surface of conscious awareness, until the pain becomes undeniable. This detox is not born of anger, resentment, or a desire for punishment. It is a sacred practice of energetic hygiene, a profound act of self-preservation and spiritual purification. You would not, for instance, knowingly continue to drink poisoned water, even if you had been doing so for years, simply out of habit or loyalty to the source. In the same vein, you must resolutely cease feeding, sustaining, and investing in relationships that actively starve your soul, leaving it emaciated and parched. This conscious withdrawal creates an expansive, holy vacuum, a vital energetic space for the universe to fill with connections that genuinely nourish you, profoundly honor your essence, and reciprocally match your generous energy investment with their own enthusiasm, presence, and genuine care. When you gather the courage to stop accepting the meager, soul-diminishing crumbs, you not only reclaim your inherent worth, but you also make abundant, sacred room for the bountiful feast your soul has always deserved and deeply craved. This act of spiritual sovereignty is not selfish. It is essential. The fourth vital key, often the most challenging yet profoundly liberatory for the chronic overgiver, is the receiving activation. The radical, often uncomfortable practice of allowing love, support, and abundance to flow into your life without feeling the immediate, compelling need to earn it, justify it, or instantaneously reciprocate it. For many years, your focus has been laser-sharp on being needed, on becoming indispensable, on being the perpetual source of support for others. In this tireless pursuit, you have inadvertently forgotten the exquisite, tender art of simply being treasured, of allowing yourself to be held and cherished without condition. Yet, receiving is not a passive act. It is, in its highest form, a sacred and active participation in the divine flow of creation. When you learn to receive gracefully, openly, and with genuine gratitude, you complete the energetic circuit, allowing others the profound joy and spiritual fulfillment that comes from giving to someone who truly values and appreciates their offerings. You empower them to express their own capacity for love and generosity, transforming the interaction into a dance of mutual reverence. Begin this practice with conscious, gentle steps. Allow a kind colleague to buy you a coffee without immediately insisting on the next round. Accept a heartfelt compliment without deflecting, minimizing, or immediately returning one. Gracefully permit a friend to offer help or support without feeling an overwhelming obligation to instantly reciprocate or to prove your independence. As you engage in these small, yet profoundly significant acts of receiving, pay exquisite attention to the sensations within your body. Notice any discomfort, any internal resistance, any feelings of vulnerability or even unworthiness that may arise. Understand that this discomfort is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a testament to the slow, gentle, yet powerful healing of your deeply embedded worthiness wounds. With every conscious act of receiving without earning, you are meticulously reprogramming your nervous system, rewriting ancient limiting beliefs, and instilling a new liberating truth. You are intrinsically valuable, deeply deserving of love and abundance, simply by virtue of your sacred existence. You are worthy because you are. The fifth guiding key, the cornerstone of sustainable well-being and authentic generosity, is the overflow principle, a profound understanding that you must give exclusively from your fullness, never, under any circumstances, from your emptiness. There exists a chasm of difference, an energetic divergence, between giving from a place of genuine overflow and giving from a state of profound depletion. When your cup is so abundantly full, when your inner wellspring bubbles with joy, vitality, and limitless possibility, sharing becomes an effortless, natural, joyful, and utterly sustainable act. Your generosity flows not from obligation, but from an authentic desire to contribute to the collective good, an expression of your boundless inner wealth. However, when you give from a place of depletion, you are quite literally severing and dispersing precious pieces of your own soul, extracting vital energy from your core being. This self-sacrificial act inevitably sows the seeds of deep resentment, fuels crushing exhaustion, and unleashes energetic chaos, both within your own system and into the relationships you seek to nurture. It leads to bitterness, burnout, and a profound sense of spiritual betrayal. Before you embark on any act of giving, whether it involves your precious time, your finite energy, your focused attention, or your valuable material resources, cultivate the sacred practice of pausing. Take a deep, intentional breath and conduct an honest, compassionate internal audit of your current energetic state. Ask yourself with unflinching honesty, am I giving from a heart that is genuinely full, brimming with love and a joyous desire to share its abundance? Or am I giving from a place of deep-seated fear? Fear of rejection, fear of disapproval, Fear of what others might think? Fear of consequences that might arise if I dare to say no or prioritize my own needs? Notice the visceral response within your body. Authentic, overflow-driven giving feels expansive, light, and imbued with a sense of boundless joy. Depleted, fear-driven giving, conversely, feels contractive, heavy, burdened, and often leaves a lingering taste of resentment. Learn to honor this subtle, yet profoundly significant energetic difference. By consciously choosing to give only from your abundant overflow, you will discover that your inner wellspring will remain perpetually full, ensuring that you never experience the hollowness of true emptiness again. You become a conduit, not a drain. The sixth powerful key, a lens through which to gain profound self-awareness, is the mirror mastery. The undeniable spiritual truth that how others consistently treat you is, in essence, a direct reflection, a clear energetic mirror, of how you are fundamentally treating yourself. If you find yourself perpetually surrounded by individuals who take your generosity for granted, who rarely acknowledge your efforts, or who seem oblivious to your contributions, it is imperative to pause and compassionately inquire, where, in my own life, am I unconsciously taking myself for granted? Where do I ignore my own needs, dismiss my own contributions, or undervalue my own worth? If you consistently attract romantic partners or close friends who, despite your devotion, fail to prioritize you, who place you secondary to their own needs or other pursuits, then it's time for an honest, courageous examination. Where, within my own being, am I neglecting to prioritize myself? Where am I placing my own needs and desires at the bottom of my own priority list? Should you repeatedly experience relationships where your deepest needs go consistently unmet, where your emotional or spiritual hunger persists, then compassionately observe, where am I failing to recognize, acknowledge, and lovingly meet my own needs, waiting instead for someone else to fill that void? The external world operates as an exquisitely precise, perfectly calibrated mirror, always reflecting the intricate nuances of your internal relationship with yourself. It is a cosmic feedback loop, designed for your awakening and growth. When you consciously and consistently begin the sacred practice of treating yourself with the same profound love, unwavering respect, and diligent attention you have so freely, often exhaustingly, bestowed upon others, a powerful energetic shift occurs. The people within your immediate circle will respond in one of two ways. They will either energetically rise to meet and match this new, elevated frequency of self-love and self-respect that you now emanate, valuing you as you value yourself, or, just as naturally and effortlessly, they will begin to gracefully fade from your experience, no longer resonating with your newly established vibrational truth. This isn't some esoteric magic trick. It is the fundamental, undeniable law of magnetic resonance, where like frequencies align and disparate frequencies repel. Your self-love becomes the new compass, guiding your connections. The seventh, and ultimately master key, the key that unlocks and illuminates all others, is the sovereign love embodiment, the profound spiritual journey of becoming the very love you seek, rather than continuing the endless, often futile pursuit of the love you perceive yourself to lack. When you fully and fiercely embody sovereign love, you transcend the need to seek external validation or completion. You are no longer desperately scanning the horizon for someone to complete you, to affirm your existence, or to meticulously fill the perceived empty spaces within your heart. From this elevated state of sovereign love, you understand and deeply feel that you are already whole, already deeply loved by the divine, already intrinsically complete, a perfect and sacred masterpiece unto yourself. From this unshakable foundation of self-contained wholeness, you begin to effortlessly attract partnerships and connections that do not attempt to heal your wounds, for they are already healing, but rather, partnerships that magnificently enhance your already vibrant wholeness, adding depth, joy, and expansion to your already rich existence. These are unions of two whole beings, not two halves desperately seeking completion. To embody sovereign love means to love yourself with an unyielding, fierce devotion, much like a lioness protects her cubs. It means to protect your energetic field with diligent, unwavering vigilance, recognizing its sacredness. It means to make conscious, courageous choices about the relationships you allow into your inner sanctuary, choosing only those that genuinely celebrate, uplift, and honor your authentic, luminous self. It means cultivating the profound inner strength and unwavering self-trust that allows you to confidently choose solitude, to revel in your own company, rather than remaining in any connection that diminishes your radiant light, compromises your peace, or asks you to shrink yourself for another's comfort. Ultimately, sovereign love is an act of deep faith, trusting implicitly that the right, resonant love, the love that truly sees, values, and honors you, will inevitably recognize and cherish the immense, luminous love you have meticulously cultivated and anchored within yourself. It is the love that finds you when you are no longer searching. Let me make this unequivocally clear, for it is a truth your soul desperately needs to integrate. You have not been too giving. You have simply been directing your invaluable energy and profound generosity towards the wrong people, and often for the wrong fear-based reasons. You have not been too loving. Rather, your boundless capacity for love has been filtered and expressed through the lens of unhealed worthiness wounds, instead of emanating from the radiant, integrated core of your true wholeness. You have not been too much. On the contrary, you have likely been surrounded by individuals who, due to their own limitations or unaddressed issues, were simply too little, too energetically constrained, too emotionally immature to truly perceive, appreciate, and gracefully hold the magnificent, expansive, and luminous being that you inherently are. The profound, soul-stirring love you have been so diligently seeking, the love that feels like coming home, is not some elusive treasure awaiting discovery in a distant land or in the heart of another. It resides right here, within the sacred chamber of your own heart, pulsating with divine energy, patiently waiting to be fully activated, consciously embodied, and courageously expressed by you. When you consciously cease the painful practice of abandoning yourself in the misguided name of love, you miraculously create the precise energetic space for a love that will never, ever ask you to betray your own needs again. When you stop the exhausting, futile act of overgiving from a place of chronic emptiness, you become a powerful magnet for people who will reciprocate your generosity with equal enthusiasm, joy, and genuine care. And when you finally raise your standards, when you resolutely stop settling for mere emotional crumbs, you usher in an era of unparalleled abundance, making sacred room for the magnificent feast your soul has been hungering for, a feast of true connection, mutual respect, and divine reverence. Tonight, as the world settles into quiet repose, I invite you to engage in a sacred, intimate ritual. Gently place your hand upon your heart, feeling the steady rhythm of your own precious life. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and with every fiber of your being, make this solemn, unwavering promise to your sovereign self. I will no longer betray my own sacred needs in the misguided name of love. I will no longer unconsciously give away my precious power in a desperate attempt to feel wanted or accepted. I will no longer, under any circumstance, accept less than I wholeheartedly give. I am inherently worthy of a love that truly matches the boundless depth of my spirit, profoundly honors the unique tapestry of my gifts, and joyously celebrates the magnificent, unassailable wholeness of who I am. Remember this profound truth. You are not here on this earthly journey to be someone's charity case, someone's perpetual emotional crutch, or an unpaid, undervalued therapist. You are here by divine right to experience love in its purest, most exalted, highest frequency, a love that truly sees you in your entirety, values your essence beyond measure, and meets you precisely in the sacred, hallowed space of authentic, mutual reverence. That transcendent love, the love you were created for, is not merely a distant possibility. It is coming. But first, with every conscious breath and every empowered choice, you must become it. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real from your heart journey. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or love. This isn't content, it's collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow of divine love guidance. You're not just watching, you're healing. This is your sacred space, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.